Good day everyone, this is Patrick from EasyFX Code Training System, and it's Tuesday the 10th of December 2019, and it's the daily analysis for Euro, Cable and the Aussie dollar. Let's begin with the Euro, and not much has changed since the weekend. It did retrace higher yesterday, and the new weekly pivot for this week is at 110.60, right near the monthly pivot as well at 58, and it has climbed up to the 38 fib retracement level, and it was where the previous resistance and now possibly support. And let me mark this down a bit lower here. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. So this zone is a critical support zone here, with the weekly pivot, the monthly pivot, 55 period EMA, the 200 period EMA, as well as the 38 fib retracement level here. So let's mark this as a support zone. So if this zone gives way, then the next support level is going to be at the lower channel trend line and right near the 50 fib retracement level here at 110.29, and above that, if it continues higher up, then it's going to retest the 111 resistance zone. Alright, so meanwhile for this week, it's still very narrow range, and there's later today there's German ZEW economic sentiment figures, and of course Thursday we're looking forward to the ECB rate decision and policy decisions as well, for the first meeting that new President Christine Lagarde is going to chair. Right, that's for now. This euro is going to be consolidating and ranging within this range here, only about 40 pips, and the most another 70 pips. Let's take a look at the cable. And yesterday, of course, is also consolidating and could not climb up higher, all depending on the upcoming elections on Thursday. Later today, there is the GDP figures as well as manufacturing production figures to look forward to. This week's weekly pivot is at 130.67. Let's switch to the 4-hour time frame, and since yesterday it's just consolidating in a 40 pip range around the 162 fib extension level, not able to reach the 132.00 level yet, but do not try to enter at this level yet. We need a further pullback at least to the 138 fib extension level at just around 131 before we would attempt to try to take a long so that we can get some value. Weekly pivot is well below from the 131 area. Let's mark the 131. And those where it retested here, I found support. So I would like to see a retest back down to the 138 or better yet the 131 level before taking a punt at a long. Right, so Thursday's election on the 12th is going to be closed only at 10 p.m. UK time, so that's already 6 a.m. on Friday morning for Singapore. So it's nothing will happen until Friday morning. So avoid the volatility prior to that. All right, let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. And Aussie dollar is still holding on at the support level at the new weekly pivot at 0.6822, just above the monthly pivot as well, and right at the 55 daily 55 EMA. And this morning it managed to get a slight boost from the housing price index, which was better than expected, and it's managed to climb up to the 38 fib retracement level at 0.6830. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. So this is going to be a key support zone for now, with the weekly pivot as well as the lower trend line of the triangle, along with 55 and the 200 period EMAs all bunched together. And below that, there's still the monthly pivot. So it's getting more and more squeezed into the apex of this triangle. And there's no other Australian news this week, and it'll be exposed only to the upcoming FOMC rate and policy decisions on late Wednesday night or early Thursday morning for Singapore, as well as for Australia. Right, so it's still consolidating in a very tight range. Yesterday was only less than 20 pip range, so you will need to break out at some point, hopefully later this week. Right, so do check out my other video on spot gold and dollar yen, and meanwhile have a good trading week. Cheers.